One of the most excellent slices of Doctor Who ever has to be The Power of the Daleks, Part 2. It's the only episode of The Power of the Daleks currently available, possibly ever available, ever. Just witnessing the second Doctor interacting with the Daleks, such a rare sight. I wish there was another serial wherein the second Doctor had interacted with the Daleks, but as it were, this was meant to be their big major send-off, as Terry Nation was going to try and sell the Daleks as a program in America, I believe, which didn't necessarily work out. Though in any case, we have, a rare instance of the Doctor and Jamie up against the Daleks, and this fantastic plot, this time travel machination, the Daleks acting like devious puppet masters but also, brute force thugs. It's just this fantastic realization of Doctor Who as this, time travel thriller narrative, plus the menace of these horrible kind of plastic/cardboard monsters menacing the entire universe. It's just a glorious oxymoronic, just joyride. Patrick Troughton is performing, is at its best here, frightened, but yet determined to keep some sort of stability, as he knows that without him there's going to be no means of the Daleks being halted in their vile planning. I love how these Victorian era scientists are depicted as similarly competent and ambitious to how 20th century scientists might have been. It's just, removed by, dates and clothing and cultural customs. It's just such a fascinating act of, that's what time travel narratives in Doctor Who can be great for, is illustrating a certain modern, ahead of its time thinking in a place where you otherwise wouldn't think of it as, a futurism in an out of place location. The present day it looks bizarre enough, but especially when you place it in the Victorian era, Daleks coming out of the woodwork of this old elaborate country estate, absolutely superlative. I think this is a candidate for the perfect Dalek serial in a way. It's unfortunate we have to view the telesnap reconstructions for the very, 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 very most part, although I think the concept / premise, the execution as it appears in this particular episode, quite well directed. The performance from Troughton, his interaction with the Daleks in general, the way he interacts with any particular monster is phenomenal. But especially, the Daleks, the Doctor's most feared opponent, he is a little more wary of them than, even the Cybermen or the Snowmen, Ice Warriors. It's the Daleks that he's most afraid of. And again, I must reiterate my shame, my upset, that there is not a third really brilliant Dalek serial with Troughton. I can only imagine, how they would have tried to top this, some magnificent horror story, the Daleks trying to, undertake some sacrifice on some planet, doing some real horror movie stuff, undergoing some experiment, some mass extermination. Could have been absolutely phenomenal, but alas, I suppose. One of the most gripping, entertaining 25 minutes in the history of television, because it is the sole surviving instance of Troughton interacting with the Daleks. Phenomenal piece of work. The only footage available of the evil of the Daleks. I said The Power of the Daleks was possibly the best Doctor Who serial up to that point, and the best Dalek serial up to that point, by default. This is that, again, I would even claim. I think we'll close it here for copyright's sake, Thanks again, my dear friends, immensely.